Hello friends, hello, hello. Welcome to Hummus Foodie Friday. My name is Jessica. This is...
I'm Kenneth.
And tonight we are going to make a spicy chili. I saw this recipe, I think I saw it, right? Mm-hmm. I saw a recipe and I was like, this is totally up Kenneth's alley. And I know a lot of you really love when we make dishes that you can put in your foodie, you can put in your Instapot, because you know, a lot of us have families. It's very easy for us to put things together. So that is what we are going to do right now. I picked everything up at the store today, except I did forget one ingredient, but we're gonna just scratch that right out of the ingredients, which is going to be completely okay, because this is literally going to be a chili that is fire. All right.
My brother Keith would love this stuff.
Yes, he would. So what he's doing right now is he's cutting up the beef chuck roast into smaller chunks. These are kind of bigger chunks for like stew, but it was the best one that I could get, and it calls for about 3 pounds, which is a lot of meat actually. But when it comes to creating something like this, it's awesome to have a lot of meat in there. So if you're a vegetarian, I'm sorry, but this is not the recipe for you, because it is packed full of carnivore meat that I absolutely love. So while he does that, I'm gonna go ahead and do some of the spices to put him in here, so then he can kind of mix everything together, right? Okay, so the first thing, we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of Ancho chili powder. And we're gonna do 3 tablespoons? Oh my goodness, okay.
3 pounds of meat.
Mm-hmm. I just picked this up because this is not a spice that we would normally have in our cupboard. So I'm trying to do this to where it doesn't go all over the place and then too much, because, you know, Mama doesn't want that much.
Now we're going to feed the girls.
Oh, I already told what the girls told the girls what they could have. They have their ramen. They have their corn dogs on a stick, a blueberry sausage thing on a stick. When Mama and Daddy make a meal on Friday, they have to fend for themselves. I'll be honest. We've taught our girls from the beginning, from the get-go, to be independent. So if they don't like what's for dinner, they can find themselves something else to eat. Whether it be peanut butter and jelly.
We do normally require them to at least take a taste. Not so tonight, because this is going to be way too spicy. They're going to take one sniff of it and be like, no.
So they have some ramen. I did tell Freya that I got her 2 cans of SpaghettiOs that have little Franks in them. So she wanted to try that, so I finally got her some. Now it calls for 2 tablespoons of chili powder. We don't have chili powder, so we're actually going to put in the chipotle chili, right?
Well, explain what the ingredient was that we missed. The
missed ingredients. So I went through this list and I wrote everything down that we needed and completely, like, totally disregarded one full line of the ingredients. Don't ask me how, but it just happened. And that is 4 chipotle chilies in adobo sauce, finely chopped, plus 3 tablespoons of adobo sauce. So we don't have that. So we're kind of just, it'll be good. It'll still be good because I did pick up, thank goodness I picked this up, right?
Yeah.
I picked up the chipotle chili powder, and as I was taking the little thing off the top of it, I licked my finger. That was a big mistake. You can sniff this.
It's got a wonderful smoky smell to it.
Oh my gosh, it is. Do we really want 2 tablespoons? Well, if Mama doesn't like this recipe, guess who's eating it all? Okay, I can't get this. When all else fails, do that. So yeah, this is gonna be spicy. The next thing is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, which I'll put in a minute. I'm gonna do all the rest of the spices. 2 tablespoons of ground cumin. This is gonna be a lot of spices. Oh my.
3 pounds of meat.
Mama. All right, so there, we've got our cumin. It calls for 1 tablespoon of dried oregano. You want just 1 tablespoon of oregano?
Follow the recipe.
All right. See, follow the recipe, but you know, leave it up to Jessica to forget the chipotle chilies. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to.
I would get a different tablespoon.
Yeah.
Don't go sticking that in that brown sugar.
No. Thanks for telling me that, because that would have been funny. Not really, because the next time I go to make oatmeal,
It'd have been spicy oatmeal.
and I put the, oh my God, I could totally see it. Making oatmeal for the girls in the morning, put some brown sugar in.
Mommy, this doesn't taste right.
Mommy, I'll be like, what? And then I'll taste it and then see and be like, oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. All right, so.
The shenanigans.
Yes. He didn't see that, what I just did.
Where's Freya?
Freya
See,
is.
when I make faces at her, I don't tell her.
Freya is on our bed. I put a little extra brown sugar.
I figured you would.
Just a little. Now I'm gonna mix it up. And then what you're supposed to do is like put the meat in this and coat it. Coat the meat in the spices. Mmm. I know, right? It's the chipotle chili powder in here. I hope I don't regret this in the middle of the night.
I hope if you do that you make it out of the bedroom.
When mama doesn't have a small intestine, which let's just leave it at that. So that's like 3.5 pounds of meat. Did you want to do all the meat?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Silly questions.
Do you want me to start coating?
Sure.
Let's see here. So now that we did that, we're supposed to add oil and heat until shimmering. Add the onion and cook, stirring occasionally till lightly brown. Add the garlic. Oh, that's okay. Tomato paste. It didn't ask for any tomato paste. There's no tomato paste, but it says tomato paste. Stir in the tomato paste and cook. Let's see here.
I guess this is why we should really read the recipes all the way through a couple of times.
Stir in the tomatoes with their juice. No, seriously, there is nothing in here about
Which is why I said we should have read the directions so we would.
tomato paste. But I have tomato paste. What's up, Dodger?
Then what's the problem?
What's up, Dodger?
Doctor's like, I smell meat.
Daddy's got something there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put some oil. Get some oil in here so that we can kind of saute up. What'd you do? Throw them a piece?
A little bit of the scraps out of this.
Oh, okay.
It had way too much like hard gristly fat.
Oh, okay. He loved that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I'm sure he loved that. So we're just gonna put a little bit of oil in here. We're gonna.
Wait. Can I just
We're going to-
I'm not gonna want that.
See, she's already saying, I'm not gonna want that.
Yeah, because it's spicy. You guys
All right.
said it's spicy.
Yes, go find something to do, please. Oh, Harry's about to fall off the chair.
No.
to fix Perry. There we go. Let's see here. So we have the oil in there, add the onion and cook. So it calls for 1 large onion. How much onion should I put in here? This calls for 1 large onion. This looks like 1 large onion to me. So I'm not a big fan of having to cut up onions. I prefer them cut up for me already. Maybe that's the laziness in me, but I also don't like to be crying everywhere because I'm having to cut up onions. Isadora, please turn it down. Get your head set. Thank you. Let's see here. So we've got that heating up so that it can cook the onions a little bit. It can saute. And how's the meat coming along?
Almost.
Okay. Let's see here. So what I'm doing right now is just stirring up the onions in the oil. What? Just a little bit. I can feel the heat from it a little. Until fragrant. Well, it's smelling fragrant. Stirring the tomato paste and cook.
When are we supposed to put the meat in there?
We will here in just a few minutes. Wait, what we need to do is, what we're going to do is coat that meat with all of the spices there first. Because I believe that's like the very last thing that's going to actually go in. So we're going to open up some tomato paste and cook it until tomato paste is well browned. Okay. Let's see. A nice
Big bowl.
big bowl. I couldn't help it. Yes, I couldn't help it.
Now, do you know what the words are to that?
No, I didn't even know there was words to it. Dun 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 dun. Ching.
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
What?
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
Really?
Yep.
Where'd that come from?
Vaudeville, I think.
Huh. See, the things
I
I
learned it on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I didn't realize there was words until I saw that movie either.
I've never watched that. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Is that where the Jessica thing is in it?
Jessica Rabbit? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Stop laughing at me.
That's why I figured
know
she
right
would have
now.
seen it.
I know right now you guys are laughing at me secretly like, oh my gosh, she's never watched it.
Oh my God, this smells amazing.
You're just in heaven over there. So then what we're going to do is we're going to stir in the tomatoes. Gotta get this over here. You haven't even taken any of your beer.
Yes, I
I
have.
haven't done much with my drink either.
You've been busy.
I know. All right, so we got some fire roasted diced tomatoes. Got 2 cans, so we're just gonna go ahead and put that in here. With the juice and everything. It does say add 1 cup of water.
So nice and coated.
So we're just stirring this in with the juice. We don't have the chipotle chilies, which is fine.
That's why we have the chipotle chili powder.
And we don't have any scraped brown parts in the bottom of this. That is something that I absolutely love with this foodie. We've not had like food really sticking to it, and then if it is a little bit, it easily comes loose when you're wanting to cook it. All right, so I need to get some water. We're gonna get about 1 cup of water, and then we're gonna be actually putting in the meat. I wonder if there's gonna be enough water. Yeah, I think so. There we go. Well, we don't have any adobo sauce, so do you want to add? I think we should add a little bit more water because there's more.
Why don't we put the meat in there and figure it out?
And see? Okay. All right, scraping up any brown parts, add the beef, stirring combined, and then distribute in an even layer. Okay. So you can actually cook this on slow or fast. We're gonna do ours fast, over 50 minutes, but you can actually slow cook this over 8 to 9 hours. I can't even imagine the smell in the house if we were to cook this for 8 to 9 hours as a slow cooker.
Yeah, well, you know, the one thing I was thinking is that
Wow.
we might need tear gas. With all the chilies and stuff in this.
You might need some tear gas.
Some tear gas masks. There were times when Keith was making salsa that he literally drove everybody out of the building he was cooking it in because of how much the cooking was putting the.
Okay, I think we're ready for the meat. Give me the meat, baby. Give me the meat. Yes. So what's going to be the best to drink with this tonight?
Beer.
Water? It'll probably make it worse. No, I don't know if we'll need any more. So what I'm doing now is just stirring it up really well because we want to make sure everything's coated real good. Make sure that we have enough water. What do you think? We don't have anything frozen in this. We're gonna probably have some grease from the meat itself, a little bit of juice. Because you know it's not like 90%, like half cup.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put in about another half a cup of water, substituting pretty much for like the adobo sauce, extra adobo sauce that we don't have because I totally skipped the line. There we go. And then for the fast part, then you're gonna put it on the pressure cooker and let it cook for 50 minutes. Okay, we're gonna seal it, and then we're gonna put it. There's a comment there about Keith. We'll put it to cook for 50 minutes, and then when the pressure cooking is complete, then you let the pressure reduce naturally for 15 minutes, and then let it release by itself.
Yes, Nancy, his salsa was amazing. And anytime we make something like this, yeah, it brings back memories of him. And
Your mom wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. She'd love the smell, but she wouldn't touch it.
I was thinking about him a lot this weekend when we were all visiting with the rest of the family at the zoo. And yeah.
So now we're gonna put it on pressure, you guys. I got out the separate lid. It's nice and hot. Make sure that my venting it's sealed. And we are going to put this on for, what did I say, 50 minutes? Ooh, that's gonna be a while. I can go back up to my office for a little while. All right, 50 minutes. So now all it has to do is it needs to preheat, which it's not going to take that long to actually preheat because I've already been sauteing, so it's really hot. It just needs to get that pressure in there. So, of course, you guys.
Oh, let's tell them what the last bit after it's done cooking.
Oh, last bit, yes. So there are some actual little tips that you can add to this if you want. Number one, don't be shy about trimming the beef. Chuck is a fat-rich cut. So removing as much fat as possible before cooking will help prevent the chili from becoming greasy, which I didn't see much fat on there.
Well, if you hadn't gotten it pre-cut, they'd already trimmed off a lot of the fat.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's part of what I was doing when I was cutting it, was trimming off.
There were little
bits. Yeah.
It said also don't drain the tomatoes before use, which I didn't do. That liquid is really needed for proper cooking. Number two, to get a rich, earthy flavor of dried chilies without having to toast, soak, and puree whole dried chilies, use Ancho chili powder, which is pure Ancho chilies pulverized to a fine consistency. If you can't find Ancho chili powder, increase your regular chili powder to 1/3 cup. This recipe only called for 2 tablespoons, so that would be quite a bit of chili powder that you would put in if you didn't have the Ancho chili powder. But we use the Ancho chili powder along with chipotle chili powder. And
I can't wait to try this.
And the last thing, thicken your chili with crushed up tortilla chips. So I didn't know that. The easiest way to crush them up is, of course, to place them in a Ziploc closed bag, seal the bag, and roll with a rolling pin until the chips are finely crushed. This is going to be a little something that I'm going to just have the littles do. We'll put it in a plastic bag, allow them to crush up the tortilla chips. Of course, they're going to want to eat some of the tortilla chips also. Then you can serve the chili with some shredded cheddar cheese, some pickled jalapenos, which I got him a jar of jalapenos today. Did I get you the hot ones? I did. There were 2 different kinds. I think there was like a regular one, and then he loves jalapenos on something like this, especially with his sinuses. If you didn't know that, having jalapenos, if you are a fan of jalapenos, number one, it's going to help clear your sinuses.
That's
and number
true.
two, doesn't it have some like good vitamin
C
in it, so it will help you when you're sick. Just a little healthy tip there.
And if you're not feeling all that good in your stomach, kind of go easy on them.
Yeah. You can also serve it with some sour cream, some chopped cilantro, which I did get some today because this mama likes fresh chopped cilantro, and it's just easier. We just get it already pre-cut, less hassle. And of course you can add some hot sauce to it if you want, if apparently it's not hot enough for you. So as always, you guys, I will post the recipe in the comments. My husband will post a picture when he gets it all put together because, as you know, he is the photographer in this family. I'm learning a few things from him, but he always puts together the pictures for our Hummus Foodie Fridays. So until my next video, you guys, stay true to yourselves, be authentic, be genuine, show love to others, and be kind.
Peace, love, and photography, folks.
Toodles!